Up with a racing star to take the place of former champion Clan O'Sullivan. Yesterday, the John Morrissey trained Here's the Prince stamped himself as a horse with a huge future when he cantered home in the $50,000 Canberra Guineas.
Racing in the Guineas and a good level start. Western Fair went back to the tail. Reaver Archer's last when they hit.
With 4 wins from only 5 starts, Here's the Prince went into yesterday's race a strong public elect. Although bred to be a sprinter, punters plunged heavily on the gelding in the belief he'd get a strong 1,600 metres. Their judgment was spot on. After cruising behind the pace, he quickly accelerated in the home straight, demoralising his opposition.
Greenfield Star, Here's the Prince is running on, followed wider out in the track there, Fleet Mirage. Gold Pagoda's putting in a run, followed by Reaver Arch down the outside. In the straight with about 300 to go. Here's the Prince coming quickly. Here's the Prince raced up and dashed to the lead. Hustle a second, followed by Lament. Further back then Fleet Mirage. But look at Here's the Prince racing away. He's a super horse. Here's the Prince races away to win the Guineas. And Here's the Prince by a big space. Lament second, a good go for third. Greenfield Star just in front of Dodori.
He's bred to sort of be a very fast horse, which he doesn't want to do, and that's why I started him today. I said to Bert, he doesn't want to do it our way, so we've got to let him try have a go his way. And so we thought we'll put him in the mile and to see what happens. But he gave every indication he was different to how he was bred to be.
The gelding will now be aimed at some of the rich spoils on offer during the Sydney Autumn Carnival. And that's today's Sport Tonight.
See you tomorrow. Thanks, Peter.
So they're just about set now for the FM 104.7 Canberra Guineas. 1,600 metres, the line is set, they're boxed and ready. Stand by. Starter goes up. Here's the Prince, the inside runner. Racing in the Guineas and a good level start. Western Fair went back to the tail. Reaver Archer's last when they hit the ground. And Greenfield Star got away well, and also Silver Ray is prominent. Getting up along the inside was Here's the Prince, out wide, Hustle looking for the lead. And going up there, Western Fair around the field, followed then by Fleet Mirage. Getting back as they settle down was Lament, followed by Gold Pagoda. In behind those, Stormy Red, followed by Flash Fire, Irish Moss well back. Then McCartney down towards the inside, caught a bit wide as they race down the back. Reaver Arch, Dodori is second last and about 2. Stay tuned at the tail. Inside the 1,000 metre mark in the Guineas, and the leader was Hustle, about a length and a half in front. Western Fair second, a half a length Greenfield Star, a length and a half behind those Fleet Mirage. Further back in the field, Here's the Prince, followed by Itrium Moon, a length or so behind those Gold Pagoda, followed by Lament on the inside. A further break then, Reaver Archers gaining ground, followed by Silver Ray. McCartney back along the inside, a length and a quarter, then Flash Fire, followed further back to Dory, racing towards the turn. In behind those Irish Moss, followed then by Stormy Red, and Stay Tuned as last as they race up towards the turn. They've got about 500 to go. Hustle leads. Western Fair second, followed by Greenfield Star. Here's the Princess running on, followed wider out in the track there, Fleet Mirage. Gold Pagoda's putting in a run, followed by Reaver Arch down the outside. In the straight with about 300 to go. Here's the Prince coming quickly. Here's the Prince raced up and dashed to the lead. Hustle a second, followed by Lament. Further back then Fleet Mirage. But look at Here's the Prince racing away. He's a super horse. Here's the Prince races away to win the Guineas, and Here's the Prince by a big space. Lament second, a good go for third. Greenfield Star just in front of Dodori. Then Flash Fire, followed further back than Irish Moss. The next one was Reaver Arch. Then McCartney, Stay Tuned, Never a Chance. Hustle Weekend, followed by Fleet Mirage pulling up quickly. Gold Pagoda, followed then by Western Fair. And the last few across the line, Silver Ray, Stormy Red and Itrium Moon.
Double 2 and 3, 53.70. 3 Here's the Prince, 3.20, 170. 2 Lament, 2.10. 11 Greenfield Star, 11.30.
Number 3, Here's the Prince, the local horse. They said he couldn't run 1,600 metres. Where are they now? Number 3, Here's the Prince. Trained by John Morrissey, always running about 4th or 5th. Ridden by Matthew Carl, Bay Gelding 3 by Opera Prince out of Here's the Point. Raced by Bert Rumble. He's a long-time client of John Morrissey. He's a nice guy, Bertie Rumble, and he'd be absolutely ecstatic to see his horse take out the 1995 Canberra Guineas. He started his move once they straightened for home, and at that stage it was good night, Dick, it was all over. Here's the Prince first. Now second goes to number 2, Lament. I tell you what, Here's the Prince certainly left the opposition lamenting, and I think Greenfield Dodori or Greenfield Star. Greenfield Star may have got third. That wasn't a bad run by Greenfield Star, a maiden, only having its 3rd start today. Here's the Prince has taken out the 1994 Canberra Guineas. A Bay Gelding 3, Opera Prince out of Here's the Point, raced by Bert Rumble, trained by John Morrissey and Matthew Carl. Lament second, a Grey Filly 3, Mighty Avalanche. out of Murmurs, raced by the Woodland Stud. John Hawkes, Warwick Farm, the trainer Rodney Quinn, the rider. And I think Greenfield Star may have got third, a black gelding 3 by Mark Elder out of Luskin's Dancer, trained by Brian Callaghan. And have a look at the time, 1:35.3. They've smashed Big Gabby's class record. Big Gabby won the race last year, 1:36.4. And here's the Prince, 1:35.3. And it's also broken the course record, has it? Yes, it has broken the course record, Dodekanese's course record. So here's the Prince, has broken the course and class record in a sensational win in the Canberra Guineas, 1:35.3, 3:2:11 official. Here's the Prince first, Lament second, Rodney Quinn, and third, number 11, Greenfield Star, ridden by Jeff Penzer. A good run by that horse.
Here's the Prince will be given one more run before being sent for a well-deserved spell. The son of Opera Prince treated his rivals in yesterday's 3-year-old classic.
Starting a warm Guineas favourite, here's the Prince produced a king-size finish.
But look at, here's the Prince racing away. He's a super horse. Here's the Prince.
Trainer John Morrissey has a big opinion of his star 3-year-old. He wasted no time sounding an ominous warning.
It's like 12 months down the track, I think it'd be a pretty fair horse. He's very green, doesn't know a lot about it yet, but he's going the right way.
Bred to sprint, here's the Prince won like a true stayer. Distances beyond the mile, not beyond him.
Yeah, Matty Carl said he started eating him up on the furlong, so that'll give you a bit of hope.
Nearing the end of his preparation, here's the Prince will be kept in work for one more start. The Easter Carnival in Sydney, his last outing, before a short but well-deserved rest.
The Australian women's soccer side wrapped up a 2-match series against New Zealand.